Hello, I'm Dr. Hassaan Tohid once again with an amazing session as usual. Who is the most difficult person to forgive? Yes, who is the most difficult person to forgive? You are yourself the most difficult person to forgive. Yes, we are the most difficult person who we can forgive. It's easier to forgive others on their mistakes, but sometimes when we think about the mistakes that we have done in our past, we tend to live in guilt and we tend not to forgive our own selves. We say bad things about our own selves and we don't forgive ourselves. Now the question is it possible to forgive our own self? Absolutely. And is it important and necessary to forgive our own selves? Absolutely, because if we don't have forgiveness for our own selves, if we don't forgive our own selves, we will not be able to forgive others. So always start with forgiving your own self. Always start with forgiving your own past, your own self. Make peace with your own self. Make peace with your own past. If you do so, you will not only just live a happy, healthy life, you will live a sober life. And I'm talking to people who had been involved in drugs and had drug addiction, substance abuse problem. They remain in past, the guilt that, oh, I became a user, oh, I became a drug addict, oh, I cannot forgive myself. Forgive yourself. First of all, drug addiction is a disease, and we'll talk about that in another video. But now let's say you don't consider it as a disease, so just forgive yourself. And if you have a past of criminal background, forgive yourself. You are a different person. You are a better person now. You are not the same person anymore. And this goes to anyone who is watching me right now. And if you don't have the criminal background, or if you don't have the drug addiction history, even then this applies to you as well. That forgive yourself about the past, the mistakes that you have done in your past. Forgive your own self. Don't live in the past. You are not even the same person anymore that you used to be before. Let me prove it to you. Let me prove it to you scientifically. The skin cells that we have, we shed these skin cells with every shower we take. With every shower we take, we tend to shed our skin cells. So I'm not even the same person physically that I was yesterday. So how is it possible that I'm the same person that I used to be last year, or 2 years ago, or 5 years ago? I'm not the same person anymore. We shed our stomach lining, the intestinal lining, every few hours with every bowel movement. So how can we be the same person anymore? We are not the same person that we used to be. We are not the same person anymore. Now the next thing is the blood cells. The red blood cells, white blood cells. Red blood cells, they expire every 120 days, right? So you are not even the same person cellular wise. In terms of your blood, you are not the same person because you are a different person. You have all new cells of blood, and you also have different white blood cells, because white blood cells, they expire every 4 to 5 hours. Your white blood cells die every few hours. So the blood cells that you had 5 years ago are not there anymore. Even 5 months ago, they're not there anymore. So why are you living in the past and blaming yourself for the mistakes you did? So you are not physically the same person, skin-wise, intestinal lining-wise, hair-wise. You don't even have the hair that you used to have 3 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. Same with the blood cells. So every single thing in your body is different now. You are a new person. You are a 2022 model of your personality. So how are you living in the past, and why are you living in the past? Why are you beating yourself up? Why are you living in the past? Why are you blaming yourself? Why are you living in guilt? You're not even the same person anymore. You are not doing that anymore that you used to do before. Any wrong things, any time you hurt somebody in the past, but you don't do it anymore, don't live in guilt. You're not the same person anymore. Always say, knowing what I now know, what will I do differently? That's it. And live in peace with yourself, with your past. and say, I forgive myself for all the mistakes I did, because knowing what I now know, I will not do that again. And I'm not even the same person scientifically, physically. I'm not even the same person. The only place where you have kept that person alive is in here, in your thoughts. Change your thoughts. It's in your control. Change your thoughts and change your life. You're not the same person anymore. And remember, we are what we repeatedly do. Yes, we are what we repeatedly do. So if you are not doing something now and you did something 5 years ago or 10 years ago, don't label yourself and don't remember yourself with that action. You're not the same person anymore. You are a better person. You are a great human being. You are an outstanding person. Always say good things about yourself. And remember, you are not the same person anymore, and we are what we repeatedly do. So hopefully this message will resonate with you, and we will meet again with another message in another video. Once again,